This video provides a brief overview of the process of submitting a homework assignment through the Canvas Code plugin. Before we go into the demo, let's take a quick look at some of the features and benefits of the Canvas Code plugin. Code supports different kinds of programming languages. Currently, it supports both C++ and Java. It integrates with Canvas and uses its authentication mechanisms to log students automatically into the plugin. When student submissions are received, they are automatically compiled, style-checked, and tested, and all of these operations run in independent Docker containers for improved security and quick response. Code automates functional testing. The instructor typically configures the test that the students are expected to pass. Code also permits graders and instructors to annotate the source code and provide feedback to students for improving their programming skills. Some of the key benefits of code for students includes that it maintains a familiar environment that is already familiar to the students. Code ensures consistent and valid submissions, so when student submissions are received, it compiles and tests them, so students automatically get immediate feedback as to whether their submissions were successful. Code improves the quality of solutions submitted by students by running style checkers on the submitted code. Style checking is an important aspect and is expected in almost all industry jobs. Code currently enforces CSE department style guidelines using a relaxed version of Google's style checkers. Code minimizes testing overheads for students. Each time the solution is submitted, it repeats all of the tests so that students know if all of the tests are being consistently passed. And of course, code eases viewing feedback and annotations on their source codes provided by their instructors. Here are a few things to keep in mind before you submit solutions via code. First, ensure that your instructor is indeed using the code plugin for the assignment. Instructors may or may not use code for a specific assignment. Next, ensure that you have followed all of the necessary procedures stipulated in the assignment document. So typically instructors will require that your program at least compiles. Some of the instructors will require that your program should not have any style errors. And of course, instructors may require programs to pass some or all of the tests before you can submit your program. Submissions received by code are graded on a first-come, first-served basis. It'll typically take about 10 to 20 seconds to get results back from code, so you need to wait for about 20 seconds. And of course, once all of the code processing has been done, code generates a URL for you to submit as part of your assignment. So ensure that you actually submit the URL from code, otherwise your submission will not be complete and you will not get points for that homework. Now let's take a brief look at how the code plugin works through a demo. This demo has two parts. First is a incorrect solution, intentionally to show how code looks when an incorrect solution is submitted. And the second part includes a correct solution, so you know how a successful solution through code operates. I'm using a assignment that the instructor has already configured to accept a Java program. And when you start working on this exercise, in order to submit this assignment, first you have to click the More button and then choose Code LTI, which is the submission way we are going to submit this assignment. When you click it, you will see the basic information about the assignment that says how many compiler errors are acceptable, the number of tests that the instructor has configured, and how many tests. In this one, the instructor has configured 2 tests, but none of the tests need to pass in order for you to submit. So the instructor is more lenient in this case. Notice that these are the files that have been preloaded by instructor, and you should not upload these files. So here, for the initial submission, I'm intentionally going to choose a bad submission, a bad solution, just to show what happens when the solution is incorrect. Click the Start Submission button, and you will see that the submission starts processing, and there's a refresh timer that runs on the top here to show when this page will be refreshed. You don't have to wait for this page to refresh. You can
submit and come back at a later time to check your submission status, so you don't have to wait. But typically, this process finishes in in 10 to 15 seconds usually. So that way you get your results pretty quickly. In this case, here's the submission that was done. It took about 19 seconds to process. There were no compiler errors, but there were some style errors intentionally that was done. There were long lines and things like that. So here it tells you on line number 30, the line is too long, things like that. And then it also shows you information about the test your instructor has configured. In this specific test is not required to pass, but the result of this test is a fail. So there's some error in the output. So to see the errors easily, typically you can unselect the inputs and make the diff type inline. So it'll show you each error. So the first line is the expected line of output. The second line is the output from your program. So here, if you scroll down, so for example, here it says there is the expected line here was T or TD welcome, versus here there's an extra blank space, and this line is, so it starts from that line of code to say there's something wrong in that line. So you can look at these two lines. The blue one is the expected, and the red line is the incorrect output in your program. So you can look at these two and troubleshoot any spacing issues and things like that that might be there. And of course, it also shows you the file that you have uploaded. So sometimes you might upload an incorrect file. So it's sometimes a good idea to double check to see, did you actually mean to upload this file or not. In this case, since the submission wasn't very successful, I'm going to go ahead and start a new submission in Canvas Code. Again, now I'm going to choose a file. In this case, I'm going to choose one that I know should pass the submission. So again, I click and start the submission process. Notice that again, the refresh timer runs, and this page will refresh every 10 seconds. And again, you can always come back at a later time to see the status of your submission in the code plugin. So you don't have to wait on this page to finish this processing. And once the grading is finished, the Canvas Code plugin will automatically reload this page for you and show the results from the automatic testing. In this case, there were no compiler errors, no style errors. All the styles passed, so you can see the details of those tests by clicking them. Of course, you can see the solution that you have submitted. Once you've done all of that, click Accept the solution. And when you accept the solution, this is the one that is accepted in Canvas. So it'll again show you all of the information. Note that your submission is not yet complete. You have to then finally click the Submit Assignment. This is the way, this only when after you click the Submit Assignment, your instructor gets to see your submission. So it's important that you click the Submit Assignment. And then when you submit, you'll see that that attempt has been done. And of course, Canvas will still show you the information. If your instructor permits multiple submissions, you can always start a new attempt and then go through the same submission process to resubmit your projects. This is how you submit solutions via Canvas Code plugin.
That completed the demonstration of the Code plugin. And now in summary, Code has been designed to facilitate teaching and learning programming. It is designed to facilitate and ease students' life and produce high quality solutions by students. It does take a few times to use it, and once you use it a few times, you'll become familiar with the tool and its various options. Code is also designed for additional feedback from the instructor. You will be able to view the feedback from the instructor like you normally do on Canvas. Of course, you'll have to wait for your instructor to finish the grading process and release the scores and grades before you'll be able to see the feedback from your instructor. Thank you for watching this video, and we hope that the Code plugin will help you transform and advance your coding skills to become an expert programmer in any programming language that you're working in.